guys, today we will be doing an illuminated letter. Illuminated letters were made in during the Middle Ages by monks, okay, and scribes. Today you will need a tray, some white paper, a marker, and I'm going to use watercolors, but you can use crayons or markers. If you use watercolors, you're going to need a brush and a little bit of water and some paper towels. I'm also going to use tape. So I'm going to tape my piece of paper onto my tray so it's not going to slide around. And before I get started, I'm going to activate my watercolors by opening them up and putting a little drop of water in each color to activate them. So I'll do that right now, real quick. Just get them going. So they'll be ready to go when I'm ready to use them. So I'm just putting some water in each one. I'll just do that super fast. So this way they'll be ready to use when I'm ready to use them. I'll let them sit aside so the pigment's ready to go. So to do an illuminated letter, which was used during the Middle Ages, a period from say 400 AD to 1400 AD, which is after the fall of Rome but before the Renaissance, it was a time during what was known as the Dark Ages almost, when people didn't really know how to read or write. So the only people who knew how to read or write were rich people, who were the kings and the religious people like the church. And they would hire monks to do pages of manuscripts. And they were the only people who had books because there was no mass printing. So what they would do is they would hire people to draw books. And they would have what was called an illuminated letter to start off the manuscript, which was what a book was called. And to do that, they would have a fancy letter in the front that would be a really highly decorated letter. So let's pick a letter. Let me say I'm going to use the letter B, okay? So I'm going to take a big B and start a B on the front. So I would start by drawing a B. So I'm going to take my marker, and I'm going to make a big fancy B right here. So let me just turn this. Can you see it? Okay. So I'm going to do a B right here. So I'm going to start by drawing a B, straight line down, and I'm going to just make a B. Now to make my B fancy, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to make them thick. And now I want to make some curlicues on them, which is actually called a foot. And then I want to highly decorate it. So I might add some curlicues on them right here. Maybe one down here. And then they would decorate it. And I might say, well, what would my word be? They decorated this with plants, flowers, imaginary animals. Like they could say a bee. I'll make it a bee. So I'll say the word bee. Bee. So I'm going to make this into a bee. So here's the word bee. I'm going to write a bee. So here's a B, and I'm going to make it into a B. So I will draw a B up here. So here's a B, 3 body parts and a B. I'm going to draw a big B up here. Give it some antennas. It doesn't have to look like a real bee if I don't want to, but I could make it look like a bee if I felt like it. And I'm going to give him 6 little legs coming down. Okay. And I might add a little stinger, okay? So I got a B, okay? So here's my B for my B, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to decorate it up, okay? So around this, I'm going to add a whole bunch of designs, okay? A whole bunch of designs. I want to make this, because remember, my people can't read. So this is how they would teach stories from the Bible. They would teach, give the news of the day to the people. Like a king might make an announcement this way. So a squire would go around to different castles and different neighborhoods, which would be like different neighborhood castles, and make his announcements, like his daughter was getting married or something, or that his castle was having an event, and he would go in and make his announcements this way by holding up his proclamations, which would be his announcements. So he would have this, and he would go and post it in different areas. So now you would decorate this, and he would make designs in it. So he would go through and make maybe lines, different kinds of lines in it. I'll make X's. They would also paint it with gold leaf, which was like this thin, tiny little pounded out gold, and they would paste it on here, rub it on. I don't have any of that. It's very expensive. You can buy it nowadays, but I don't have any. Then they would design this down here, and he would write someone who could write, which would be a monk or a scribe. They were very important people in the hierarchy back in the day, and they would be able to write, because most of the people, the common people, which would be you and I, probably couldn't write. They would be the ones who wouldn't be able to do anything. They would sit and listen to the proclamation. So you would decorate this up any way you want. You think of your lines and shapes, all different kinds of lines, and you want to just decorate it any way. I will use circles. And you want to repeat your designs. So I'm going to repeat some circles down here. These are concentric circles. Think of your geometry, circles inside circles. And I might put another circle inside of it. And then after you get enough designs, you can color in some of it. I can add designs, texture, implied texture. I could add stripes. Anything you feel like. There's no right or wrong. You want to just design. I might add some shade here or there, wherever I feel like it. A little bit of shading. And then once you get enough of it, wherever you feel like it, you're going to start adding some color. So here I might add some little color right up in here on the bees. Maybe a little bit on the bottom of the bee. Right here. I might color in the center dots. You want to just color up whatever you feel like. I'm going to cap my marker real quick. So these were very important documents at the time. Let me grab my paint real quick. We'll talk more about manuscripts. Okay. So as I'm painting, let me grab my brush. I'm going to start, whenever I'm doing watercolors, you start with the lightest color first. So the lightest color in my watercolors, I've got all these colors, would be yellow. I'm going to start with yellow when I'm doing watercolors. So I'm going to start, yellow would simulate my gold. I'll start by doing my bee yellow maybe. Now whenever you're doing watercolors, you do them flat, but I'm holding this up so you guys can see it. I'll just paint my bee yellow. Okay. And I want to do a little bit of the yellow somewhere else in the page. So I'll just do this a little bit. I'll do mine rough, but you guys are going to take your time more. Watercoloring is fun, so I might do some stripes on my bee. A couple of stripes. Have fun with it. I'll do a little circle down here maybe. So I want to unite my page by doing a little bit of the yellow every which way, wherever I feel like it. The next color might be orange. I might say a little orange somewhere, so I'll do a little orange, maybe right here on the bee. Okay, do that on the bee. Just have fun with it, and maybe maybe I'll do a stripe down here on the bottom of the page. Get a little yellow down there, and maybe I'll go up the page right here, this side. Unite it this way. So I get a border, a nice border on the page, right? A border, make a border. Go through again. My paper doesn't fit my page that well, but that's okay. And maybe on the bee, I'll put a little bit of, right here, I'll do this. Hope you guys can see this. And then I'll go with, I'm gonna switch colors, rinse my brush off, dry them. And I'm gonna switch colors. And this time I'm going to go with blue. I'm going to hit blue this time, so I'll hit some blue. And I'll go some blue right in here. Be a line of blue. Dance the blue along here. That's pretty. And I'll get a blue stripe on my bee. Right there. I'm going to put some blue on the bee up here too, right here. And maybe inside the bee I'll do a little blue right here. Line right there, and a little up here too. Right there. Around that. Okay. And I might even do a little in here. Got it, okay. And I might even go a little bit on his wings. I might do a little. So I'll make it a little lighter. I'll just get a little bit right in here. Make his wings a little bit pale blue. So he's flying. Let me switch colors again, and this time I'll go with green. I'm gonna hit a little green on him. Got some green. I'll go green down here. Some green. Get a little bit of green on him. These were highly colorful, decorative. So you want to really make them bold and colorful. Green head on them. A green-headed bee. This is an odd-looking bee, isn't it? And I might go some green on the bottom of my bee. And maybe a line right down here. And I'll do a little green in here. Maybe underneath the bee. On his tail. And in here. So I think you guys can see what I'm doing. You just keep coloring it, adding whatever you feel like it. I got some other examples I'm going to show you. So let me just put this one down to dry, and I'll show you some ones I did earlier. So you can pick any words you want. In this one, I used my name, and in this one, I drew a hand. Oh, upside down. Here you go. In this one, I have my name, TC, and I drew a hand, and I made a border. And this one, I used crayons, markers. And in this one, I did a name, my sister's name, Jane, and I did a big J, and I wrote her name, and I just decorated the J. So you could do anything you want in this. It's very easy. Now, these illuminated letters were very important up until the 1400s, the mid-1400s, when Johanna Gutenberg made the printing press. And then the scribes weren't so important anymore because people could mass produce books. And once books could be mass produced, they could make them on a printing press. And then books could be easily produced without a scribe or a monk sitting there doing each page by hand. And that's when people could start learning to read more, and they could get a book cheaper without someone doing each page, you know, meticulously writing out each letter by hand and making these beautiful letters like this. But I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you enjoy making your own illuminated letter, and have fun with this project, and enjoy making your initial or your word or your letter. Have a great day today, and remember to help mom clean up, or dad. Enjoy your project. Have a great day, guys. Bye.